Welcome to Bigger Than You, the podcast to help you say goodbye to overwhelm, self-doubt and scarcity in your business, and welcome in the calm, secure, grounded and unshakably confident version of you that's going to bring your vision to life. You've got a mission and a purpose that's bigger than you and your limiting beliefs and stories, so let's get you out of your own way. I'm Jenna Holloway, your host and multi-award-winning intuitive hypnotherapist and mindset coach. Expect to hear game-changing perspective shifts on mindset, revealing how to align your subconscious mind with your boldest goals, and will unlock the power of energetics, infusing it into every aspect of your life and business for maximum impact. You are truly limitless when you're able to step into that energy and belief. Are you ready? Let's dive in.
I'm here because I have some stuff to share. I don't intend to be here very long. It's like 6:10. My girls are at my mum's for a sleepover, and Tom and I are not sure what we're doing yet, but I'm due to finish work and I've had a busy day because it's Easter holiday, so cramming like my calls in time that we've got childcare, and I haven't put a post out yet today and hadn't prepared one, and yeah, I'm asking myself, right, what would feel fun? I've got something that I wanted to share, and it didn't feel exciting for me to make a post about it. No. So here we are. I'm just going to quickly share what would be in a post, hoping that it is for someone. I'm sure it will be. So I've had 3 client calls today, and I wanted to share with you some key stuff that I said, and I haven't prepped this, so I need to kind of remember. Okay, so before you listen, if you're not familiar with the kind of work that I do, it's about allowing you to be in full alignment, and that means not getting in your own way, right? Because we can have this conditioning that we have learned growing up, conditioning around success, achieving what we want, conditioning around money, conditioning around creating the life that we consciously desire. And the conditioning is unconscious, and it's the conditioning that causes you to do stuff to make the things that you desire much harder, right? So you end up working longer hours than you want to be. You end up saying yes to things that you definitely wouldn't be saying yes to if you didn't have this conditioning. It all ends up being so much harder than it needs to be. But the work I do will help you to clear that conditioning, clear the limiting beliefs. Think of alignment as full alignment. When you're in full alignment, it feels so effortless, right? The things that you desire, business feels so good. You're doing it fully, in a way that lights you up. Nothing feels heavy, nothing drains you. It's all flowing. And the only reason it wouldn't feel like that is because something in your brain unconsciously is stopping you from doing it in a way that would feel so easeful, so energizing, the sales, the clients, everything coming in like it's your birthday, right? Just landing in your lap. That's what it feels like to be in alignment. And so full alignment is like a river that's just flowing fast, right? There is nothing stopping the water, there's nothing stopping the flow. But we get in our own way and we slow ourselves down with this unconscious conditioning. It's like rocks in the river slowing down the flow of the river. And if you think of life as the things that you're experiencing in life is a mirror to what is going on unconsciously, your beliefs, right? Because there is no part of you that questions, is there enough air in this room for me to breathe, right? There's no part of you that questions, when I go into the bathroom and turn the shower on, is there going to be water that runs? But there is a part of you that questions, where is my next client coming from? Will somebody pay me the price that I really want to charge if I put my prices up? Part of you questions that, right? And the only reason you would question that is because of something that you've learned that's no longer serving you, right? It's a rock in the river of alignment. So when we clear that, your relationship to money, to success, to time even changes, and it serves you. to feel better, to feel more peaceful, to feel more joyful, all of that, right? So that's just a little bit of context. None of that I shared with my clients because they already know that, like that's the way that we work, right? So I'm gonna go through each of my client sessions today and try and find the piece that wants to come through for me to share here. So in my first one, my client said, I've got all of these ideas, Jenna, and they are like inspiration, like intuitive ideas, and I'm getting so many, and I feel like my energy is very scattergun because I don't know which one to do, right? And I said, first of all, we worked it out to like 3 key areas where he wanted to potentially move his business forwards, and we worked out what the aligned one was, and it actually wasn't either of them, but we worked out where the life force energy was, where the one that he would feel really inspired to be putting his time and his energy into. And actually the minute we focused in on that, clarity came through for a different idea that just landed, right, in a way that was like, wow. And that's what happens when you get the noise out of the way, like the ways that you think you should do it, or the ways that are logical. I've got all of this experience, all of these years of being qualified in this area over here, so it makes sense for me to go and do this now. It's the brain trying to get in the way, right? The logic. But that's nothing to do with alignment. Your brain is the very thing that puts all the rocks into the river, right? Building yourself a white space business that earns you the money that you want to make, has the impact that you know you're here to make, and gives you the freedom and the spaciousness to run it all sustainably and live a big life outside of your business, right? Even if you're a parent, right? I'm a parent, but I'm more than just a parent. I'm a business owner, but I'm more than just a business owner. I'd have a very full life outside of my business because I do it this way. Now, when you recognize that it's your brain that is putting the rocks in the river in the first place, and that your job is to actually recognize that and start to trust your body and listen to where you're being guided, that's the thing that is going to allow you to get into full alignment and stay there, right? But the brain doesn't want this to happen, right? Because the brain doesn't give a crap about what's on your heart, like what you feel like you're here to do, what you want. Like, it doesn't care about that. It's just wired for survival, right? So if anything, it wants you to go back to your 9 to 5 because that's a safe monthly income, right? So it's always trying to put the rocks in the river. It's trying to get you to do the logical thing. And layered on top of this is all the conditioning that you have in your body and in your nervous system from growing up. Unless you've worked with somebody like me to find that conditioning, find the rocks and pull them out one at a time so that you can hear the intuition. You can feel what the aligned move is. You're not distracted. Right? You don't do the logical safe thing. You don't let the red flags hold you back, right? So yeah, when we did that exercise, he was like, I know it. I know exactly what it is, right? And that fog lifted and he was connected to what he wanted to do. And then he was like, oh, actually, that's been there a while, but he hadn't listened to it, hadn't recognized it consciously, right? Procrastination, fog, lack of clarity, being overwhelmed, all of that is a mechanism in your brain to drain your energy and basically hold you back from having what you want in a way that is sustainable and joyful and spacious, right? It literally is your brain's coping mechanism. Because if you think about it, remember I said your brain doesn't want you to live the vision board life. It just wants you to play small, safe, right? what you're doing, having a business, is risky. So it's like, what can we do to hold you back, right? So it gets you to deplete all of your energy, not all of it, but like a lot of your energy, comparing yourself, overthinking, second guessing, all of that, right? Staying constantly switched on, deplete, 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 deplete. And when you're depleting, when you've got all these energy leaks, what happens to your channel and your ability to just hear your guidance and trust it and move, it's really narrowed and it's like, poof, gone. Okay? And on top of that, when we layer in like money tightness, right, because of the unconscious conditioning that we have around money and what it means to be an entrepreneur, and then we add in like the cultural and societal news and stuff about cost of living crisis, all of it, when we layer in that, brain's red flag is waving, and it's really waving, and it's putting pressure on you to be successful, meet your goals, do it, do it, do it. And what pressure does is it just completely cuts off your ability to feel inspired and feel creative. Yeah? So you end up going and scrolling and looking for inspiration, like outsourcing your power. What can I say today? No, when you actually do the work to like create space within, like you open up this channel and you have an abundance of ideas that are yours, right? I said this to my client today. Why did I say this? Let me just remember. Yes, okay, so I don't think I'm going to end up talking about client 2 and 3 because there's enough about this one session. So he said to me originally, like, I've got all of these ideas, Jenna, and I feel like I'm in scattergun energy because I'm excited about all of the ideas, and like I feel, if anything, feel a bit overwhelmed. And what I said to him, I'll relay exactly what came through. I said, imagine that if you've got a kid and your kid comes home from school and they're like, mummy, 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 blah, 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 telling you all this stuff really, really fast, really, really frantically. And you're like, whoa. And you get down on their level, you put your hand on their shoulder and you say, hey, we've got all evening, right? You take as long as you want to tell me this. You don't have to, you've got more than 60 seconds with me. Slow down, take a breath, right? I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. Nervous system relaxes. Kid talks slower. Kid feels at ease. Kid feels seen, right? So take what I've just said there and apply it to these intuitive hits that my client was getting. The reason it wasn't grounded, he wasn't feeling grounded with these intuitive hits because he was feeling pressure to act on them, right? Because from a place of fear, unconscious fear that they're going to run out. Yeah, and I said to him, I was like, I have so much I have so much content ideas flowing through me all the time, way more than ever gets put out because of the way I run my business, right? I'll only ever post Monday to Friday. Even if I'm launching, I will not post at the weekend. And I will not post more than once a day. And so the amount of intuitive content ideas that land in a 24-hour period is way more than I ever need, right? I've got an overflow of abundance when it comes to content ideas, but it doesn't stress me out, right? I can let something land. I'll be like, oh, that's a really good piece of content. Now I could be like, oh, let me just go on Threads and put that out, yeah? Or let me just hop on stories and share this nugget. Or let me just hop into my Telegram channel. Or let me just put out a quick Facebook status, right? That's coming from a place of lack, that what I'm already doing isn't enough. When it is, right? I choose to believe that it is, right? And whatever you choose to believe, your brain will find you the evidence of that, yeah? So, if you're having lots and lots of ideas and you're able to recognize that it's not distraction, and it's not a red flag, a brained red flag way of distracting you from the one thing that you're working on. And you're able to feel that, yes, it is aligned, but maybe it's not a right now thing. Then you get to have this like calm, grounded energy that, it's okay, I don't have to act on every single idea, right? There is always more coming. In the same way that I don't sit in this room like, I've got to make sure I breathe enough now because what if the air's going to run out? Like, no, we're not like that. So we don't have to be like that when it comes to our intuition as well, right? Now you might be watching this or listening to this and be like, do you know, I don't have any intuition. I wish. In that case, you've got work to do to open that up, right? And it's about creating space for it. It's like a muscle. The more you act on it, the more you hear, the more you listen to your body, like even in the small fry ways. Like I fancy listening to music now, right? Okay, put some music on, right? I fancy having a shower. Okay, go and have a shower, like whatever. Just don't allow yourself to put your needs off anymore. Really focus on that, practice that. And that is going to build that muscle of intuition to allow it to come through more clearly, right? You might have to begin by meditating to open that channel, to get you to know that relationship with intuition. But the more you practice this, the more you get to a place where it literally is flowing through you all the time, right? I cannot remember the last time I meditated because it just flows constantly, right? But it takes work to get there. Okay, I'm going to go and start my evening. So if this has landed, if any part of this has landed and you're like, I would like my business to feel lighter. I would like to be able to listen to what my heart wants and like, yeah, see those red flags, but not listen to them, right? If you would like to be able to know whereabouts in your business there is misalignment, i.e. those rocks in the river, so you can get the rocks out and allow the channel, the abundance, the effortless, the ease, the flow, and the money, which is a byproduct of alignment, to flow with more ease and speed, then my new offer, Business Alignment Audit, is totally for you. It's a mini course, a 3-part mini course. It will take a maximum of 2 hours to go through, but it has the potential to change the game completely in the way that you see your business, in the way that you make decisions, and so much more. So if you would like to get your hands on this, I believe, I've updated the link in my bio. You can go and get it straight away, or you can DM me the word audit and I'll share the link with you. So yeah, DM me audit or go and find it in the link in my bio. And I am very excited to hear the celebrations that you will be hopefully sharing with me on the other side. Thanks for watching. Bye.